Hello, welcome back to GP Nail Art. Jessica here. So, I almost dropped those, but I'm going to be using my little display set of nails again. I am going to be using my Revel liquids, and these are all 5 of the Mirror Chrome colors by Revel Nail. So there's a silver, a purple, the gold, a blue, and then a red. So I'm going to actually use one color on each nail, and these can either be used as dip powders so you get a glitter kind of look, or they can be used as chrome, so you would need gel for that, which is why I'm actually not going to be putting these on my nails. I used different sizes so I could save the ones that I need for my hands when I want to use them as tips or press-ons. So these are just going to be display. So typically chrome is going to look best when it is chromed over black. So I am using my iGel Beauty at Midnight. That's currently the only just like black with no shimmer that I have. So, you know, I tend to use it when I'm going to be doing something like this because I have that nice big 2-ounce jar. So I did 2 layers of the black dip powder on each nail just so that there weren't any like sheer spots at all. And I did buff them a little bit. I activated first, and then I buffed them just to kind of smooth out the surface, make sure there weren't any bumps, because chrome is typically going to kind of show any bumps that are on the surface. So I did kind of buff, but I didn't really have to do too much. I didn't really file much, or, you know, at all, really. So I just, you know, kind of left it at that, and I did not do like a cap in clear at all. You know, I'd rather save my clear dip powder for when I'm actually doing my nails. For something like this, that's just, you know, for the video or for like a display kind of a thing. You know, I'm not going to be wearing them, so I didn't really, you know, see the need to do something like that. So I am using my iGel base coat. So typically, because the dip powder is smooth, if you're gonna, I am going to be using chrome gel liquid. So you want to make sure that your, you know, any of your other gel liquids have a sticky layer that they can adhere to, and also that's going to be able to adhere to the dip powder. So I did do a layer of the base coat and a full cure on all of the nails, and now I'm going to go in with the chrome gel polish. So for the chrome gel polish, again, I did a full layer on every single nail, and then I did put those in the lamp for about 30 seconds or so each, for, yeah, about 30 seconds or so. I didn't really do a full minute because I want to make sure that they're not, you know, over cured in order to do the chrome powder. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then we're going to get into the chroming. Alright, so I did zoom in on the chrome part, and I apologize. I don't know exactly what happened. I typically will try to make sure that the piece of paper towel that I put down is kind of center, and the camera is, you know, directly above it, so you can see the whole paper towel and see. I know that if I'm over the paper towel, you're able to see what it is that I'm doing. Something got moved, I guess, along the way, and the paper towel was a little bit out of shot, so I ended up being a little, you know, a little bit too much to the bottom of the frame. I think there's maybe only one color that you're not going to be able to see the whole process, but most of them, you know, are just going to be right there, kind of at the bottom of the screen. So, you know, one reason that I didn't want to do these on my nails, of course, in one of my previous videos, I kind of told you that I was developing a bit of an allergy to the gel products, and I kind of want to introduce them back, you know, kind of slowly and one at a time, so I can kind of figure out what it is that I am or am not, you know, getting an allergic reaction to. So I think I'm going to start with builder gel. I didn't have any kind of a reaction to working with these nails. I did make sure to, you know, thoroughly wash my hands when I was finished and everything. But for the chrome powders, you can see also that I am just using my finger tip to kind of rub them in. I'm dipping into the powder first, just so they kind of get a nice full coat of that glitter. And when I kind of, you know, put it back towards the camera, you can kind of see what it would look like if you just dipped into the powder. It's super, super pretty. So that's kind of what it would look like. But I'm just using the tip of my finger to kind of rub or buff that into the chrome gel polish. And you can see it gives it that nice mirror finish. You can also use like an eyeshadow applicator, like the spongy eyeshadow applicator. I do have those, but I didn't want to kind of like pull one out for every color, because I didn't want to, you know, kind of cross-contaminate colors, kind of. So you know, you can use your finger, you can use the eyeshadow applicator. If I was just using one color, I probably would have pulled out an eyeshadow applicator, but you could do it either way. It works, you know, perfectly both ways, so either or. And I absolutely just adore the chrome finish. And from the thumbnail, if you saw what I'm kind of, the look that I'm kind of going for today is like a Christmas gift kind of look. And these chrome powders just kind of reminded me of like that fancy, you know, kind of gift wrapping paper that you could get that is in like all of those, like, you know, chrome kind of colors, so to speak. So, you know, I don't really know like what they're, if they have a particular name or anything, but they'll just be like that kind of color that looks like that chrome. So I just thought it would be a you know, pretty cute, Christmassy, different kind of look, you know, for you know, what you typically see on nails. And then I am going to hand paint, you know, what would look like the ribbons and the bows. So we'll get into that shortly. Okay, so you can see I already did the silver nail. I just kind of wanted to practice and take my time with the very first nail that I did, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do the pinky off camera just to kind of get my bearings with what it is that I wanted to do. I am using acrylic paint for most of the nails. So again, you know, I just kind of wanted to try to stay away from the gel as much as possible. I end up doing gel polish on the purple nail and the red nail, so I'll explain that a little bit later. But basically what I'm doing, I have my Beetles nail art brushes, so I have one of the longer and thinner brushes, so I just kind of ran that through that silver, I think I'm using silver, that silver color, and just doing a straight line down the center, and I'm kind of just like, you know, placing it at the top, and I'm kind of letting the brush kind of, you know, guide itself down the nail, you know, so just kind of one long swoop, and the, you know, the brush does a very good job of just kind of, you know, guiding itself into that straight line. So I, you know, I didn't have to really, you know, do too much. And then I'm just doing a line across the nail as well, you know, across the width of the nail, so that, you know, you basically have, you know, a cross type of shape, I guess. Not too, you know, I didn't want the lines to be too thick. I do keep going over them a little bit because it is the acrylic paint, so, you know, you kind of get a little bit more pigment the more layers that you do. So for the bow, I did use a smaller or shorter brush, but still on the thin side. And on those, like the corners of that I'm working on right now, I basically just did like a teardrop type of shape where the point of the teardrop is going towards the center of that cross. And then on the under you know, part going towards the free edge, I just kind of did some squiggly lines, so it just kind of looks like, you know, that bottom part of the bow. So you can really just kind of do that any way that you want. If you wanted to try to do something that was a little bit more like that bow kind of shape that has like the V cut into, you know, the bottom edge of it, I mean, that you certainly can. You know, I just wanted it to be as easy as possible. And then off to the side there, what I'm doing, if any of my lines got a little bit too thick, because this is acrylic paint, I did just go ahead and I had a little, you know, a little bowl of water and my paper towel there. So with a clean brush, a clean, different brush, I did, you know, dip that in water and just kind of, you know, straightened out or thinned out any lines that, you know, that I needed to fix up or thin out or anything like that. So they just easily, the paint easily came off because it is, you know, acrylic paint, so it just easily is removed with water. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. So I basically just kind of wanted to do, you know, different colors on each one of the gifts, or, you know, on each one of the chrome colors. You know, so I did do like a gold and a silver ribbon, a blue ribbon, green, and then the red. So kind of different color ribbons for each one of the gifts, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and finish some of this up, and then when I switch over to the gel polish, I'll talk about that more as well. Okay, so for this red nail, I am using the green polish from my Lavender Violets gel polish set. And the reason being, I was trying to mix the green, like mix my own green with the yellow and blue acrylic paints, because I just have the primary colors as well as white, black, gold, and silver. But the mix just wasn't quite coming out the way I wanted it to. It was kind of more of a like camo army kind of green instead of like a nice Christmas pine green. So I did switch over to the gel polish. After I applied the polish to this nail for like that ribbon look, I was kind of kicking myself and, you know, should have just done gel all the way through. Simply because it was just a much smoother application. You know, you're able to, you know, once you kind of get the straight lines that you want to do, you can cure it so you know that those aren't going to move when you go in to do the bow part. So, you know, just kind of little things like that you kind of get with a gel polish versus doing it with acrylic paint. Plus, it's much more pigmented, and it, you know, it kind of doesn't sort of blend into the color, the chrome color. I don't know. It's hard to kind of say. Now that purple, I did do that with the gold acrylic paint. It ended up, as it dried, it kind of looked like a blobby mess in the middle, and I just was not liking it at all. So I did wipe that all off and switched over to the Nail Addict LA Perfect Tan color. I've used this one a few times in the past. It's that really shimmery gold, multicolored, multi-shimmered gold color. So, you know, that's really, I don't have very many glitter gels. So if you don't have one like that, you probably could also use either like a color gel and mix a glitter acrylic in with it, or use like a very fine gold shimmer acrylic or whatever glitter color you want, and just mix it in with a bit of clear gel polish. So you could get the same kind of look a different way. But yeah, it was kind of much easier, in my opinion, to kind of create those bows with the gel polish than it was with the acrylic. So, you know, I could have gone in and, you know, done that with the rest of them, but they, you know, they were already done, and I didn't mind the way that they looked, so I just left them the way that they were. But I do like the ones that I did with the gel polish better. But at the end, I am gonna show you closer up pictures of all of the nails as well, so you'll be able to see, you know, all of the details of the bows and everything. Alright, so now that I have finished all of my ribbons and bows on every one of those nails, I am just going to go ahead and finish up with the gel top coat. And like I said, working with the gels like this, I didn't end up having any reactions on my hands at all, so I was happy about that. But you know, I'll kind of keep you updated with you know, with what happens with that in the future as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up this top coat, and then you will see the finished set in just a moment. All right, so here we have our finished Christmas present, Christmas gift nails. I'm really loving I absolutely love chrome nails anyways, but I love how these came out. I love how the bows came out. I think it's perfect, Christmas nails. You could do them all one color or do different colors as well. But let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below, and until next time, bye for now.